ECAT's production of OA basketball provided by Morris Insurance, Weinstein & Keach, we sell real estate, Michael Associates, Ltd., the Easton Lions Club, the Easton Historical Society Museum. ECAT would like to thank all the sponsors for the support producing OA Sports.
Good evening and welcome to Nixon Gym at Attleboro High School for tonight's Hockomock League matchup between North Attleboro High School and your Attleboro Tigers. Both teams have worked hard in preparation for this game. We ask all spectators to please show respect to our players, coaches, and officials throughout the event. Now to the starting lineup. First for North Attleboro High School. Number 21, freshman Cooper Jacobs. Number 2, sophomore Luke Peckham. Number 0, senior Jake Peckham. Number 1, senior Parker Perry. And number 4, senior Dylan Russo. North Attleboro is coached by Tyler Spring. And now for your Tigers. Number 2, junior Josiah Marshall. Number 0, senior Jair Nella. Number 34, senior Dylan Conquela. Number 1, senior captain Jacob Block. And number 30, senior captain Justin Grimaldi. All ratings is coached by Eric King. At this time, we ask those who are able to please stand for the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome to Nixon Gymnasium for today's game, Oliver Ames Tigers versus North Attleboro. Oliver Ames coming in with a 12-1 record in the Hockomock, 15-2 overall. North Attleboro coming in at 4-10 in the Hockomock, 5-11 overall. Starting lineup for North Attleboro: Jake Peckham, Parker Perry, Luke Peckham, leading scorer at 14 points a game, Dylan Brozier, and freshman Cooper Jacobs. And for Oliver Ames, starting lineup is Zaire Maddox, Jacob Locke, Dylan Pompulus, Justin Grimaldi, and Josiah Marshall. Coached by Eric McKinnon. And if you guys are wondering today, I'm here by myself. Wayne Casey is off this afternoon, and I'll be handling the duty. So if you have any complaints, please send them to Wayne, not to myself. Oliver Ames' only 2 blemishes this year is against Attleboro Division I school in BR. Locke at the point guard position. Marshall's really stepped up this year, not starting the beginning of the season, but has been a real strong shooter for Oliver Ames, taking over that starting role after the 3rd game. Nice strong move to the basket, foul by, looks like number 2, Luke Peckham. Locke really picked it up at the end of last game. He's dominant in both sides of the court in terms of defense and also hitting his foul shots. It really pushed a close game against Canton over the top. And he continues where he left off, hitting the first foul shot, 1 and 2. Lining up with the second. Locke, a senior point guard, has had a spectacular season, averaging around 11 points per game. Ball looked like got tipped out of bounds off of North Attleboro. Will be Oliver Ames' ball again. Good hustle by Dylan Populus. Oliver Ames has a size differential in this game with between Grimaldi and Maddox. Looks like we got another foul. Looks like Perry hit Grimaldi from behind. Oh, nope. Take it back. Looks like it's going to be an Oliver Ames. It's going to be North Attleboro ball. Oliver Ames coming out, typical man-to-man defense. You can really see the length on these players. Big shot by Jake Peckham, senior captain, for 3 points. And Locke again, once again, keeps the pressure back on North Attleboro. Marshall lines up a 3, a little long. Populus keeps it alive again. He has been a great offensive rebounder for Oliver Ames, kind of like a Dennis Rodman. Continues to keep the ball alive. Off the Grimaldi, and bang, lights up a 3. Grimaldi started off a little slow against North Attleboro, but looks like he's going to come out today with a little more aggressive than he was in the last game. Pull-up jumper again. That's Parker Perry for 2. A slight press against Oliver Ames. Populus able to beat it out, gets it to Maddox in the corner. Oliver Ames with patience. Locke taking his time, trying to find a hole in the defense. Finds Grimaldi in the middle. Nice feed pass over to Zaire Maddox for 2. Great assist there by Grimaldi for Maddox. Once again, Maddox playing strong, physical basketball, keeping the ball up high because no one can block the shot. He's really improved over the past 4 or 5 weeks. Oliver Ames' spark usually comes from their defense, and that's going to be a big part of their game. Create turnovers. Big bomb shot again. There it is from Peckham again. Drains another 3. And Peckham, the senior captain, kind of showing where he belongs in this court with the rest of these players. Marshall drains a 3. Nice shot by JoJo. Missed the first one, came back, didn't hesitate, got the second shot in, and it's a 9-8 lead for Oliver Ames. Strong man-to-man defense by Oliver Ames. A lot of switching. Good. Peckham throws it up again, pulled by Grimaldi. Grimaldi, the second leading scorer in the Hockomock, averaging 22.4 points a game with 6 rebounds. From way back, Grimaldi drains another 3. He's coming out hot this evening, so he looks like he wants to match Peckham shot for shot. Both senior captains probably have played a lot with each other throughout the AAU circuit, so it's interesting to see how these two kind of match up again. Blocked by Maddox, taken back by Grimaldi. Here comes Oliver Ames on the attack. Tipped away by number 4, Dylan Brogio. Good up fake. Grimaldi was able to make him force a bad shot, and we got a travel on Jacob Locke. Good defense by Grimaldi. Went up for the up fake, but was able to alter the shot just a little bit. But unfortunately, Jacob Locke had a walk with a tip in the middle. It's going to be North Attleboro ball. North Attleboro looks like they're going to kind of live and die by that outside jumper. Anytime they get that ball past the three-point line, they're looking for something. We get a foul by Pompulus on that one. Hard crash to the basket by Jake Peckham. Created the contact and is going to the line for 2 foul shots. Peckham at the line for 2. Dylan's kind of been the unsung hero for Oliver Ames. Really great defender, great offensive rebounder, and has sparked 3-pointers from time to time for Oliver Ames just to keep everyone honest. It looks like they're going to call a goaltending with the continuation, so that's going to be a 3-point play for Peckham. Locke got himself caught in a little trouble. They had a little short little press. Kind of got Jacob in an awkward position. The ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be North Attleboro ball. Not something Oliver Ames has seen a lot this season. A light press. Usually with Locke, they kind of just back on their feet. Don't want to cause too many problems. Long jumper pulled down by Grimaldi, and here comes Oliver Ames. Finds Grimaldi, and again, here's the floater. Pulled down by Maddox. Big, strong rebound. Takes it up strong, and it's good continuation. Foul is going to be on number 21, Cooper Jacobs, freshman. We get the first substitution for Oliver Ames. Dylan Pompulus coming in, and Jack Yell coming in for Oliver Ames. Jack Yell, senior. Battled back for some injuries. Been a real spark plug off the bench in terms of his rebounding and defense. And Maddox hits the foul shot for a 3-point play. And Oliver Ames has a 4-point lead over North Attleboro. Peckham, senior guard, takes it up strong. Nice drive to the basket for 2 points. Has Locke on. Got the baseline, had a short little jumper. Like to see if Yell can get on that foul line position, see if he can find the ball. Nice feed. Dunk by Maddox. Great play by Yell, feeding Maddox on the baseline, and Oliver Ames really executed a great play right there. Nice and selfish play by Jack Yell with the assist. Peckham with Locke on him. Pulls up for a big 3-pointer, pulled down by Grimaldi again. Maddox over to Locke. Locke drives to the basket. Back to him. Grimaldi doesn't hesitate for a second and drains a 3. We can have a timeout for North Attleboro. If I'm Coach Train, the one thing I'm going to say is like, hey, make sure you keep someone on Grimaldi. Typically when teams play Grimaldi, you might see a box and one. And Coach might be changing the way he's looking at this defense right now because Grimaldi is 3 for 3 and not hesitating in terms of taking that big jumper. All the scoring so far has been by Jake Peckham and Perry Parker. And Oliver Ames pretty balanced. You've got Grimaldi with 9 points. You have Maddox with 7, Locke with a point, and you also have a 3-pointer by JoJo Marshall. This is the start you want to see from Oliver Ames. Strong defense, great outside shooting again. Makes that North Attleboro defense think twice about double covering down low Maddox. So it'll be interesting to see what they come out with. To see if they're going to try to keep the hot hand Grimaldi from getting the ball. Peckham taking it up. Lock on him. Nice step back jumper, pulls it up for 2. That's Parker Perry for 2. And North Attleboro staying in that zone defense. Just the Jack Yell in the middle, turnaround jumper, not good. Pulled down back by North Attleboro. And Peckham bringing it up. So it looks like North Attleboro is going to stay in that zone, which Grimaldi has eaten up, and it's going to be Peckham for another 2. Senior captain's really putting on an offensive show in the first quarter for North Attleboro to keep him in this game. I think we got a travel on Lock there. Took one step, looked like he might have had the lane for a second, but it closed up pretty fast. We're going to have a substitution for Oliver Ames. Vinny Morningstar coming in and JoJo Marshall coming out. Morningstar did a great job of that Canton game. Very impressed with his defense, and also he had some timely 3-pointers. He really was a spark plug off the bench for Oliver Ames in that Canton game. Peckham pulls it up again for another 2 points, and Jake Peckham is really trading shots with Grimaldi at this point. Under a minute left. Yell has it in the middle, takes it, feeds it back over to Morningstar. Pulled down by Matt DiGarmo. Oliver Ames extending the defense a little more. Good strong drive to the basket by number 10, Connor Casey for 2. Maddox kept his feet, just hands up. Good shot by the big fella. Nothing you can do with that. Don't want to have an early foul. North Attleboro extending that defense a little more. Finds Grimaldi, pulls it up, doesn't even hesitate for a second. Comes up a little short, ball bounces up, pulled down by Casey. Toss it up, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. North Attleboro battles back for a 21-20 lead. It's been the Jake Peckham show for North Attleboro with 13 of the 21 points. Now, these are one of the games you don't want to sleep on if you're Oliver Ames. Just came off a big victory against against Canton. Getting ready for a potential big run in the Division II MIA playoffs. Oliver Ames right now, I believe, is ranked number 2 overall. And they've just dominated the Hockomock with the except one blemish on their record from Attleboro. Strong Division I team that I think is ranked in the top 5. Other than that, they have just been a tough juggernaut. You've had Zaire Maddox has stepped up big. He's averaging 12.8 points a game, 6 rebounds. Jacob Locke, the floor generals, average 11 points for Oliver Ames. And as I said earlier, Grimaldi's 22 points. But a lot of these other players have really played a big part. Marshall coming off, hit some timely threes, had a big 3 against Mansfield with the victory. As I said also, you're seeing a lot of time for Vinny Morningstar, who's come in. Good 3-point shooter, but really strong defensive player. The hustle's there. You know, he's going to be a future star for Oliver Ames. And also with Jack Yell just dominating on the boards. Looks like they're coming out with a A 1-3-1, a 1-2-2 with number 3, DeLaGarmo, just kind of tracking the ball from the top of the key. So it'll be interesting to see how Olive Ames plays this. Don't see this too often in high school basketball. Usually it's a straight zone or a man-to-man. But this is made to try to keep an eye on Grimaldi. What that does, it frees it up down low for Jack Yell. Nice feed from Jacob Locke, and Jack Yell's going to be going at the line for 2. Jack, another senior, has really played himself back into this lineup. As I said, dominant player off the rebound on the glass. Excuse me. Good defensive player. Very impressed with him throughout the season. We got a substitution for Oliver Ames. We got Luke Brodsky coming in for Grimaldi. And Yell misses the first, hits the second. And Morningstar extending that defense on Peckham up top now. Good strong drive to the basket with the left hand from Parker Perry. Good defense by Jack Yell, just couldn't do anything. Morningstar with a floater. Looks like he might have got hit in the arm. It's going to be a foul. And that's going to be on Parker Perry. That's his second foul, I believe. And Morningstar at the line for 2 shots. First one's off. Got a substitution. Maddox coming out for Oliver Ames and Dylan Populus coming in for OA. Morningstar at the line for the second. Hits it, but it might be a lane violation for Oliver Ames. Morningstar picking up Peckham at half court. As he said, he's the main scorer. Got to keep an eye on him. Good drive to the basket by Luke Peckham. Again, a foul. That's going to be on Vinny Morningstar. Peckham at the line for 2. Sophomore, brothers with Jake Peckham. First one's good for Luke. You know, Oliver Ames has to do a better job defensively. I'd like to see them kind of create some turnovers. That's the bread and butter, particularly defensively with Locke in the game and Morningstar. Nice feed down to Yell, feeds it to Populus. He kicks it out. He had the layup, didn't want to go up with it. Morningstar pulls up for the 3. Got it. Big 3 for Vinny Morningstar. Great defense on Peckham. Perry drives to the basket with Brodsky on him, and it's good for 2. Guard play for North Attleboro is extremely strong with Peckham and Perry really dominating so far against Oliver Ames. Brodsky lines up the 3s. Got it. Big shot from Luke Brodsky. 27-27. Battle in the Hockomock League. Peckham for 3. Big rebound by Jack Yell, and here comes Oliver Ames. Back over to Morningstar. Trying to feed it down to Jack Yell to get it, swing it cross court. Big 3 points. There it is again by Vinny Morningstar. Really has developed into a good shooter for Oliver Ames to go along with a tough defense. Top of the key 3 by number 11, Ethan Bellinger, excuse me. Locke feeds it back over to Morningstar. Drop over to Brodsky. Nice drive to the basket. I think we might have a push in the back by number 2, Luke Peckham. That's going to be his second foul. We have a substitution for Oliver Ames. Jake Grimaldi coming in. Jack Yell going to the bench. Nice feed down low into Brodsky, but I think we might have a travel. We do. I don't like the call. It looks like Brodsky took one step, went up for the layup, but it looks slow, and I think that's why the ref thought it might have been a travel, but looked clean on this side. Peckham has it, feeds it down low. Great defense by Brodsky, able to pull away. We get a foul. We get a hack by Ethan Bellinger on Brodsky. I think at the end of the day, Coach McKinnon has to be happy with his bench play between Brodsky, with Vinny Morningstar. And you also have Jack Yell. Grimaldi in the corner again for 3, just where he left off. Comes right back in and drains it. Peckham trying to do something. Morningstar all over him. Pull up 3, pulled down by Brodsky again. Here comes Owe. A reach from behind on Jake Peckham. That's going to be his first foul on Grimaldi. That's the 5th. They're going to be at the foul line. Grimaldi, senior captain, over 1,000 points in his Oliver Ames career. Really turned himself into a great player. Didn't start until midway through his sophomore year. Was playing JV, called up. Kind of like Morningstar. Spark plug off the bench, earned his way in the starting lineup, has never relinquished that spot, and has continued to be a top scorer for Oliver Ames. Hits the first. Lines up the second. It's good. And they're going to leave Morningstar on Peckham. Nice defense by Morningstar, knocks the ball out. It's going to be North Attleboro ball. Great defense by Morningstar again. Since he's come in, he's been a clamp on Peckham. Locke's going to switch up and take Peckham here. Pull up jumper, pulled down by Maddox. Locke drags it over to the left-hand side, swings it back, finds Maddox down below for the layup. Great court awareness from Locke to see where Maddox is down low, and it's 2 points for Oliver Ames, and they open up a 7-point lead. Zaire Maddox has made a living just kind of roaming that baseline, looking for a feed from Jacob Locke, and the floor general has done a great job finding the ball. You know, he can see where these guys are going on the baseline, has great vision, court vision, able to hit Grimaldi for threes, Marshall for threes, but at the same time drives to the basket, causes contact, and either can hit the layup or dish the ball out, which he's done a great job at. And you're just starting to see Oliver Ames begin to start pulling away. They just have so much depth in terms of their offense between Maddox, Locke, Grimaldi. Then you also have Morningstar coming in, draining a 3. You have Marshall, you have Jack Yell. You'll probably soon see Will Cunningham coming off the bench also, who's been a spark plug for Oliver Ames. But this is the type of depth you need to make a run in Division II playoffs. You need to have at least 7 or 8 players, because there could be some potential of fouls, could be some potential with injuries. And Coach McKinnon has done a great job of getting a lot of these players in some critical games and getting some good playing time. Oliver Ames once again with a tight man-to-man defense. Perry pulls up. Ball gets tipped out of bounds. It's going to be Oliver Ames' ball. We get a substitution for OA. Morningstar going to the bench. Will Cunningham coming in for Oliver Ames. Olive Reigns taking their time. Will Cunningham will take that foul line role that Jack Yell was assuming. Great cut by Maddox. Locke tried to get it to him, picked off by Perry. Good strong move with his left hand to the basket by Parker Perry. Looks like we might have a box and one now on Grimaldi. Grimaldi's seen this all game. Well, they switched up, not a box and one. They're going to have a kind of a matchup zone. Good pull up by Will Cunningham. Couldn't hit the mid-range jumper, pulled down by number 10, Connor Casey. Here comes North Attleboro. Perry drives to the basket again. Had some contact by Brodsky. It's going to be his foul, and Perry's going to go at the line for two. Parker Perry, 10 points in the first half. At the line for two shots. Comes up a little short on the first one. Olive Reigns substitution. Jojo Marshall coming out. Luke Brodsky coming to the bench. Perry lining up the second. Little short, pulled down by Maddox again. Here comes Locke. Marshall feeds it to Cunningham. Locke pulls up for the three. Little long. Maddox trying to keep it alive. Pulled down by Perry. And North Barrow's coming back on the attack. Good strong drive to the basket. Tipped off by Maddox. Great defense by the big fella. Picked off by Peckham. Goes reverse. Gets the foul on Maddox. Great play by Jack Peckham using the rim to shield him. Creates contact with Maddox. He's going to be at the line for two. Jake Peckham, big steal, takes to the basket, creates contact, lines up for two. He's got 13 points in the first half. First one's up and it's good. Peckham lining up the second shot. And it's good. And North Attleboro able to cut Oliver Ames' lead down to 3 with under 2 minutes left to play in the first half. Locke cuts through, feeds it to Maddox again, got tipped away. Good defense by North Attleboro. Perry trying to create something. Marshall stops him in his tracks at the top of the key. Nice step out defense by Grimaldi with those long arms. Really makes a difference. I think Peckham might have got away with a travel, but no contact, and Oliver Ames comes back on the attack. Cunningham feeds it over to Maddox. Creates contact off of, looks like number 4, Dylan Brochia. Actually, that would be, looks like it's going to be number 1, which is Parker Perry. That might be his third foul. Maddox at the line for 2 shots. Hits the first. Couple substitutions for North Attleboro. Perry's going to the bench with, like I said, I believe is his third foul. Maddox hits the second. Oliver Ames with a 5-point lead with 1:05 left. Peckham drive on Locke. Good defense. The floater in the lane by number 2, Luke Peckham. Block up top, making sure North Attleboro is doing a good job now keeping an eye on where Grimaldi's moving back and forth. He's in range right now. Tipped away, pulled down by number 4. Here comes North Attleboro. See if they try to settle for the last shot. 26 seconds left. Luke Peckham's sophomore guard taking his time. He's got Grimaldi on him. Peckham, the senior, 0. Jake up top with lock on him now. Will Cunningham extend that defense. They're going to try to find Peckham. They do able to get to Luke. Luke pulls up from the three-point line. Tips away. Grimaldi yanks it down. Throws it up. And it's no good. And Oliver Ames going to take a 36-39 halftime lead. And we will be back at the end of the after the first half. Intermission. Thank you.
Yeah. This is the life. Just relaxing by the beach. What could be better than this?
I've got an idea.
What?
I'd really like to find a forever home.
Forever home?
Yeah, like Jack Ryan talks about on Easton News. A forever home. All those animals at the APCSM, they get forever homes. Why not us?
Listen, man, I hate to tell you this.
Tell me what? Come on, tell me. Look, I can take it. Look at me. Come on, tell me. I can take it. Come on.
We're not real.
What are you talking about? Of course we're real. Look at us. We're sitting here on the beach, on vacation, being served raw meat, mind you. We're having a great time. How are we not real? No, thank you. I'm good. I've had enough. I've had enough. Thank you. What are you talking about? Of course we're real.
Look, it's not that we're not real. We're just not living, breathing animals. You don't even have a mouth, dude.
Well, oh yeah? Well, your eyes are just plastic.
Right back at you.
You've ruined my vacation. I can't believe you've done this.
I mean, well, while we're at it, why do we need a vacation? It's not like you have a job.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay. All right. You know what? I'm out of here.
Cubby, wait. I'm sorry. I didn't mean... Oh, well, you have to get it eventually.
If you'd like to get your hands on a cubby of your own, scan the QR code on your screen now.
My name is John Barada. I'm entering my 17th season here at Oliver Ames High School, and excited to get started and working with the boys and see what we can do this year. I was asked to kind of chat about last year. So for the program, we've had a very successful journey. The last 16 years and 16 seasons, I guess, have been very exciting and very fun, full of a lot of opportunity for growth and learning. We've won some big games, so now we're hoping that we can take some of what we learned in the past and kind of bring it towards our new team this year and see what we can do with this new identity. Obviously, last year was great, winning a three-peat, and we're not really taking any of that with us other than some learning moments. Right now, we're going to create our own journey with our new identity, a new team, and see what we can accomplish in 2025.
This year, we're looking forward to just taking what we learned from last year and the years prior and trying to build a new set of ideals with this new team, new group of guys. So I'm really looking forward to building the family aspect and just growing together each practice and then just moving forward from game to game.
Last year was great, obviously, the three-peat, very successful. This year, I'm just main focus is to get our guys best they can and just have fun along the way and build the aspect of family, like what Zach said.
All right, again, so this is John Barada. I'm here with our captains, Nikki and Zach, who had a really tremendous offseason. Obviously, these guys are feeling a little bit of probably initial pressure because they're coming in from a three-peat. season, right? And also, we've also won the league 6 years in a row. So obviously, there's a little bit of a expectation. However, for us, we've tried to really set the bar based on their leadership of creating a family environment again, really being relentless at what we do and working hard every single day, and then trying to create that excellence on and off the field. So these two young men have been absolute, as I think the Boston Globe called one of them a stalwart, or someone they've been titans for us over the last few years. Hopefully this year they'll cement another step in history, as they've done tremendously over the last 3 years. But we just look forward to having a great season with the identity, and we're going to kind of really lean on these guys to be our go-to guys and our kind of, for lack of a better word, a golden child, all right, for both of them to help bring the rest of the team up to a certain standard and keep the program kind of flowing in a very positive direction. So these guys have always understood how we've built the program on the shoulders of others, and now they're the ones who we're going to kind of carry. They're going to have to carry us at times. So I think the pressure falls on them a little bit, but we're excited to have Zach and Nikki kind of lead the group. So very excited about that. Thank you.
We're back here at Oliver Ames High School. It's for the Easton 300 bike race, one of the major events taking place here for our Easton 300th anniversary celebration. And yes, I say many times, can you believe 1725 to 2025? And we've seen a lot of great athletes here today. And with me is Jack Mowat. Jack is the coordinator of the bike race. He used to do bike races years ago here in the town of Easton. And Jack, I thank you, I thank your wife and all your volunteers. I thought that this bike race was very professionally run. And you have to be here to see it. All the guides are out. And not only that, but you have first aid tents and certs involved. It's been absolutely terrific, and it's a pretty warm day.
People come from all over. Connecticut, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, you name it, New England. We're trying to get the cycling back on board where it has fallen off, but today is a good start. And all the riders are very, very interested. They love the course. So we hope to bring it back next year.
So I'm just one of the commentators today, and I'm just thrilled that there's such a great venue to host a bike race here today. This is really one of the truly most outstanding venues that I've seen in all of New England. And as John was saying, we do commentate at other races, but this venue is second to none. It's really a tremendous atmosphere out here and a great, great place to host a bike race.
I'm pretty sure it's fair to say we're all really excited to be down here at Easton. It's a nice course you guys have here, and it is a beautiful town. I grew up in Concord, Mass, and live in Boxborough, so I totally get the whole colonial and the heritage, the history. Yeah. As a kid, I did all the April 19th parades and loved it. So coming down to Easton and wanted to celebrate your 300th with you as well down here.
I think it's been an incredible year for the town of Easton. I think it's really unified the town and brought us together in an amazing way. I couldn't be prouder of my town.
Sylvia, the varsity field hockey coach here. I also teach chemistry at the high school. What I'm looking forward to most this season is our strong leadership in the senior class. We've been looking for a class like this for the last couple years to lead the program in the right direction. They all work hard. They're all here and committed to our program, and I think it's going to be an awesome year. Carly Bass is going to be stepping up in goal for us, and I'm really excited to see all the progress that she's made and how strong she's going to be. And yeah, I'm just excited for a really good year. They've been working hard in practice with their conditioning, so we're going to be hopefully one of the more fit programs, and then also we've been working hard on using each other, and they're doing awesome with their passing and actually finding those through passes that we need.
Hi, I'm Kayla Kenny. I play forward.
Hi, I'm Lynn Cooper. I play midfield. We're both captains.
Yep. And we're really excited to get the season going. The team has been working really hard throughout preseason, lots of conditioning. And our main focus this season is to stay united as a team and communication, which we've been doing a lot of team bonding over the summer, and I think that will translate onto the field.
I think we're working really hard this year of not really going to beat the hard teams, but coming out strong no matter what, whatever team we're playing against. Like Kay say, staying united, staying as a team, but also because our team is very young this season. We haven't had this young of a team in a while. Really helping the younger kids come through for the next couple years and really becoming like good leaders, not just as captains, but seniors too. And obviously we're going to go for the Hawk, and we're going hopefully to state somewhere far this season, hopefully past the Sweet 16 this year. And I think the grit of this team is really strong than years in the past.
Welcome back to the second half action. Oliver Ames Tigers, 39-36 lead over North Attleboro. Oliver Ames, the first half was led by Justin Grimaldi with 15 points. Zaire Maddox, 11. JoJo Marshall, 3. Vinny Morningstar, 6. Oliver Ames coming out the same starting 5 of Locke, Marshall, Grimaldi, Maddox, and Populous. Good defense by Oliver Ames. It's going to be OA ball. Lock up top in the point position again with Marshall. Populous up top. Maddox floating around that baseline, just trying to find an opening if he can get it. Maddox takes the baseline, feeds it off to Marshall. Good defense by North Attleboro. Marshall lines up at 3. He's got it. Marshall right where he left off with a big three-pointer. Like to see Oliver Ames pick up their defense intensity. Like you said, they have not created too much in terms of turnovers. That's usually their bread and butter. Kind of force feeds the offense. Right now it's been pretty stale in terms of what they've been able to do. Perry's in the corner, feeds it over to Peckham. Peckham lines up at 3. He's got it. He's still hot from the first half. Maddox come down. 2 players on him, up strong, creates the contact. And that's going to be, it looks like it's going to be a foul on number 1, Parker Perry. I had him down for 3 in the first quarter, but maybe I'm wrong on that. Maddox lines up the first, just kind of short arms it. Takes his dribble, takes his time, sets it up just a little bit long, trying to fight for his own rebound. Marshall's able to pull it down, deflected around, pulled back by North Attleboro. Parker looking to swing it over, back over to number 4 for the driving layup. That's Dylan Brozier for 2 points. And Oliver Ames just can't seem to break away from this North Attleboro team. Every time you think they might be able to pull away, they just fight back. Marshall's a little long in that three-pointer, and Peckham pulls it down. He's back on the attack. Swinging over to the left line, Luke Peckham for the 3. Grimaldi's able to pull it down. Feeds to Maddox. Maddox thought he had something on the baseline. Couldn't do anything with it. Pulls it back out. Nice feed down low to Marshall. Marshall pulls it back out. Good back and forth by Maddox and Marshall. Couldn't create anything. Locke feeds it up in the air. Nice dish to Maddox for two. Once again, there's Jacob Locke. Great court vision. Saw Maddox floated up for the alley-oop and for 2 points. And what McKinnon usually does is they puts Maddox on their top scorer, and looks like they just made that switch. Good defense by Grimaldi. Knocks it out of bounds. Grimaldi landed on his ankle. It's like when he landed, he fell back on Peckham, and looks like he's grabbing that ankle. Hopefully the big fella can just shake it off. Great defense by Grimaldi. Hops back up, seems okay. Large gasp in this arena. Concerned that Grimaldi might have hurt himself, but seems to be okay, bouncing around. And Peckham's going to be at the line for two. I thought that was a clean block more than anything else. I'm kind of surprised they called that contact. If anything, I thought he just knocked it out of bounds. Peckham lining up for the second shot. He's got it. This feisty North Attleboro team is just sticking around against Oliver Ames. Loddick drives, sees Maddox floating. There he is. Double team ball out, goes up strong, gets fouled again. Creates the contact. Great play by Maddox. Once again, Locke was kind of had to drive to the basket, saw Maddox floating around the baseline, feeds it to him, creates the contact. He's going at the line for two. That looks like it's going to be a foul on Connor Casey. Maddox short on the first one. Like to see the big fella get a little more arc, bend his knees, take his time. He's really just kind of throwing it up there with his arms instead of using his legs. There's the good bend, flicks it. Just a little too much again. The free throw woes continue for Maddox. He struggled a little bit at the end of last game. Came out strong, hitting quick first two foul shots. Couldn't do anything after that. Like we have a foul on Oliver Ames, offensive foul. Marshall going out for OA. Vinny Morningstar coming in. Excuse me, that was an offensive foul on North Attleboro. Grimaldi's up at the top of the key. Big rebound by Populous, puts it back up for two. Dylan, Dennis, Robin, Populous. Great rebound, follow up for 2 points. Oliver Ames trying to extend that defense. Got to come out a little more aggressive, try to create some turnovers, because North Attleboro's pretty much having their way in terms of getting their shots off. That's going to be a reach in from Grimaldi. You know, this is one of the things that Wayne Casey has talked about many times. The Hockomock is just a tough league. Here's a team that's 4-10 overall, 5-11, that's hanging with the Oliver Ames Tigers right now. That's Peckham for another big three. He is on fire right now for North Attleboro. And he's extending the 1-2-2. Locke's able to pull it up, drives to the basket. Maddox with the rebound, but it looks like it's going to be over the back on Maddox. And that's going to be his second foul. North Attleboro's done a great job extending that 1-2-2, causing a little problems up top for Oliver Ames. Casey has it with Maddox on him. Peckham trying to post up. Morningstar spin. Ball's going to be tipped away. It's going to be North Attleboro ball. Brozier taking it out for North Attleboro. Feeds it over to Peckham in the corner. Jake Peckham, senior guard, really putting on an offensive show. Luke Peckham takes a shot, little long, pulled down by Grimaldi again. Morningstar flicks it back over to Maddox. No one in the middle for Oliver Ames. Kind of everyone just standing around. Maddox pulls up for the three. Good box out from North Attleboro. Here comes Peckham's 2-on-1, leans in. Looks like we have an offensive foul. Great defense by Morningstar again. That could be the thing that turns the tide for Oliver Ames. A nice charge by Vinny Morningstar. We're going to have a substitution for Oliver Ames. Maddox coming to the bench. Jack Yell coming in. Feeds alone. Jack's by himself at the foul line. I'd like to see him take that jumper. It's right there for him if he wants to take it. Good strong drive to the basket. Pompoulos puts up two with Casey all over him. And that's what we've been talking about. When one player might struggle, another player comes in and plays great offense for Oliver Ames, and Pompoulos is really stepping up for OA. Good defense by Morningstar again. Morningstar leads in on Peckham for the foul. Try to use his body there, but Peckham just able to fight it off and gets a foul shot. Both teams got 4 fouls. Brozier in the corner, back over to Perry. Parker Perry drives to the basket with the left, puts it up for 2 points. Great drive by Parker Perry, and Oliver Ames is having a hard time with the guard play of Parker Perry and Jake Peckham. Morningstar feeds it back over to Pompoulos. Great look by Jack Yell again. Gets it over to Pompoulos for 2. Jack Yell's got great court awareness also. When he gets the ball in that post, he can be able to feed it to any of the 2 or 3 players that might cut to the basket when he has it. Peckham scores again. And it's going to be a timeout, looks like North Attleboro. Well, Oliver Ames, normally defensively, can shut down a player like Peckham, but not today. He has really put an offensive show on. And it's tied 50-50, under 2 minutes left at Nixon Gymnasium. You know, this is what we've said many times throughout the season. A lot of these teams are going to play their best basketball against Oliver Ames. You know, if they could pick up a victory against a Division II leader like them, it can really boost them into potential playoff run also. And I think what Oliver Ames got to do is Coach McKinnon got to settle this team down and just kind of get back to the hard-nosed defensive play, create some turnovers. That's one of the things we haven't seen at all. Loose ball turnover, deflection, block shots. That's what OA usually lives by, but they're just struggling with that right now today. Oliver Ames comes out with Pompoulos, Morningstar, Grimaldi, Jack Yell, and Jacob Locke. Locke, the floor general, taking up for Oliver Ames. It looks like they might have switched to a man-to-man defense. I think we have a reach in by number 11, Ethan Bellinger, and that's going to put Morningstar at the line for 2. Morningstar, a junior guard. Minutes have really started picking up over the past probably 4 or 5 weeks. Lines up for the first foul shot, drills it. Pompoulos going to the bench. Maddox comes back in for Oliver Ames. Morningstar lines up the second and hits it. Like to see what's Oliver Ames could put some tight defense on North Attleboro, cause some turnovers, try to break away from this tough North Attleboro team. Luke Peckham lines up from the three-pointer. Off, pulled down by Grimaldi again. Locke dribbling up. Had Maddox on the right-hand side, took his time. Good defense by North Attleboro to shift it from Grimaldi. Locke calls for the pick, pulls it back out, feeds it to Grimaldi at the top of the key, takes up for the short jumper. Nice pull back by Jack Yell, feeds it off to Morningstar for three. Morningstar really has done a great job improving his shot, and just like that, Oliver Ames opens up a 5-point lead with under a minute left. Morningstar again is a spark plug for Oliver Ames. Peckham pulls up, he's followed by Jack Yell. That's going to be 3 shots. Jake Peckham just really causing havoc for Oliver Ames on the defensive side. They just have tried to have different people match up against them. You've seen Locke start the game, went to Morningstar. Maddox has kind of played a little on him too, but the senior guard has just been relentless in terms of driving to the basket or hitting that big 3. Misses the first of 3. Misses the second. Uncharacteristic of Jake Peckham, who's been draining everything in sight. Misses 2 free throws. So net, no foul, no harm, no foul for Jack Yell on that one. And Peckham hits the third. They're going to put Perry on the bench with those 3 or potentially 4 fouls. Don't want to cause any problems going into period number 4, and Locke's going to take it up for Oliver Ames. North Attleboro will get the chance to shoot again. There's a 5-second differential in the shot clock and the game clock. Good drive to the basket by Locks. Got it. And just like that, senior captain, when we need a basket, drives strong to the hoop, creates contact, and gets the foul. Is going to line up for a foul shot. Jack Yell going to the bench. Will Cunningham coming in for Oliver Ames. Pompulus coming in. And looks like, I'm not sure who went to the bench on that one, but Cunningham's back in and Pompulus is in also. Looks like they took out Grimaldi. Locke lines it up to the 3-point play. And we're under 30 seconds, shot clock is off. North Attleboro taking the time. Looks like they're going to settle for the last second shot. And Coach McKinnon has put Zaire Maddox on Peckham. He usually is the defensive stopper. Here comes Peckham lining up, trying to set up that 3. Cunningham's on him now, drives to the basket, is reaching, goes strong, and looks like a block on Populous. Looked like he had his feet set, looking for the charge, but it looks like they're going the other way. It's going to be a 2-shot foul on Dylan Populous. It's going to leave 3 seconds left on the clock for Oliver Ames. I assume that Oliver Ames is going to probably put JoJo Marshall and Grimaldi back in the game to try to hit this last 3. Peckham lines up the first, hits it. In substitution, Grimaldi and Marshall come in. Cunningham, Populous come out. Peckham dribbling at the line. Up, hits it. North Attleboro going to put a little pressure so that Oliver Ames isn't able to roll the ball up the court. Going to probably try to find Grimaldi someplace. Gets it to Morningstar, back to Locke. 3 seconds, throws it up off the backboard, and that's it. At the end of quarter number 3, Oliver Ames 55, North Attleboro 53. Both teams playing extremely well in quarter number 3. Oliver Ames had a 3-point lead going into the half, able to extend it to 5. And it's really been the Jake Peckham, Justin Grimaldi show with Vinny Morningstar as a co-star along with Zaire Maddox. But very impressed with Jake Peckham. terms of the way he's been able to drive to the basket, hit the open jumper, really causing problems for Oliver Ames. Oliver Ames really hasn't struggled offensively. They've hit the threes, good drives to the basket, just defensively. They're not creating those turnovers that they used to, and that's what you need against a team like North Attleboro. Oliver Ames going to come out, quarter number 4 with JoJo Marshall, Justin Grimaldi, Zaire Maddox, Vinny Morningstar, and Jacob Locke. Coach Straden's going to leave Parker Perry on the bench probably for the first couple minutes. Don't want to lose their other big gun with 4 fouls. They also have Jake Peckham on the bench right now, so it looks like they're going to try to give both players a little rest before they make their run. Good defense by Locke again. Shaw pulled up by number 11, Ethan Bellinger. Pulled down by Morningstar, and here comes Oliver Ames. With the big guns on the bench, let's see if Oliver Ames can hit a big 3 here, open up the lead for the first time above 5 points. Good strong play down low from Locke to Maddox for 2. And Oliver Ames opens up a 7-point lead. Luke Peckham lines up for 3. Comes up short. Locke pulls it back down. Drives to the basket. Pulls it back out. Good play by the senior. Taking his time, trying to find the open man. Going to reset the offense. Marshall feeds to the Morningside. Morningside has it. Could have taken that little jumper. Tried to look for Maddox down below. Locke drives to the basket with the floater. Had a lot of contact. No foul. Surprise on that one. Here comes North Attleboro. Not much of a scoring prowess on this team right now without Beckham and Perry on the bench, but a 3-point shot by number 3, Matt DeLagramo. And they're able to cut the lead down to 4 points. This is a team that just won't go away. Morningstar with the step back, feeds it back to Maddox, over to Marshall. Marshall has it in the top, feeds it back down to Grimaldi. That's for 2. Just a little off. First uncontested shot Grimaldi's taken all day. Good defense by Morningstar, aggressive for the junior guard. Lock on Luke Peckham. Sophomore with Marshall on him. Goes strong to the left hand. Creates contact. It looks like it's going to be on Maddox. That's kind of a cheap foul. Looks like he got the ball, but they're going to call a foul on him. And Luke Peckham, the sophomore guard, is going to be at the line for 2. Peckham lines up the first. Got it. Luke Brodsky coming in. Vinny Morningstar coming out. You have Perry coming in, and you have Casey coming in for North Attleboro. Looks like they're leaving Jake Peckham on the bench a little longer. Luke Peckham hits the second. And now we're going to have Jake coming in for his brother Luke, and here comes the team. They cut it down to 2 points. Oliver Ames cannot shake this North Attleboro team. They have Grimaldi sitting at the key now. See if they can try to get him with an open jumper. He won't hesitate to take that shot if he has it. Drives to the basket. Little contact, no call. Rozier gets the rebound. Casey feeds over to Peckham. Good defense by JoJo Marshall. Here comes Oliver Ames. Grimaldi trying to take the baseline. A hand check. That's going to be a foul on Perry, it looks like. Might not be on Perry. I apologize. Going to have a timeout. Oliver Ames. This North Attleboro team has played a great ball game. Has really relied on a couple threes, good defense, have been smart with the ball, have not had a lot of turnovers, and have gotten a lot of good looks against this tough Oliver Ames defense. When we originally started this, I figured Oliver Ames, with their length, would be able to cause some problems for North Attleboro, but they really hasn't bothered them at all. You're seeing the range from Jake Peckham. Parker Perry's been driving strong to the basket, along with Luke Peckham. Oliver Ames just needs to shut them down for a couple series. They're having a hard time doing that at this point. And Oliver Ames coming back out after the timeout. Marshall, Brodsky, Locke, Grimaldi, Maddox. Locke calling out the offense. Now looks like North Attleboro switched to a man-to-man defense. They got Diagramma all over Grimaldi. They're going to try to feed it to him. He floats to the basket with the leaner. Falls his own basket for 2 points. Great play by Grimaldi. Didn't give up on it with a tough follow-up. Maddox back on Peckham. Maddox, the defensive stopper. Ball gets out of bounds, going to be Oliver Ames' ball. And that's the turnover you're looking for. See if they can capitalize that with a good basket right here. Morningstar coming in for Marshall. You can have Grimaldi playing that top of the key in that zone. Brodsky lines up a three. Off the rim, he follows it up, gets pushed from behind. We're going to foul. It looks like a number 10, Connor Casey, on Brodsky. Great job by Brodsky following up on that play to get his own rebound, cause the foul. See what Coach McKinnon can draw up on the inbounds play. This is where Maddox or Grimaldi usually kind of sneak away. Goes up to Brodsky, Locke up top, trying to find someone down low, gets to Grimaldi. Feeds it back to Grimaldi again with the floater. Had some contact, no foul. North Attleboro with Perry taking it up. A lot of contact on that for no call for the senior captain. Perry with the spin move with Morningstar on him, dragging his feet in the middle, no call. Casey lines up two, can't hit it. Grimaldi yanks down the rebound. Probably not the shot that Coach Strange wanted. Like to see Peckham or Perry the one taking that. Connor hasn't taken a lot of jumpers so far today. Looks like they're back in that 1-2-2. There's a lot of space in that. Get a look from Maddox down low. If he can get some space right there, they'll be able to get it to him. There it is. Gets the ball. Got the travel, though. Little hesitation on that. Dragged his foot. Got the foul. Locke saw him down below. If they play that 1-2-2, you're going to get those guys in that open space. And Maddox did a good job getting open, but just dragged his feet just a little bit. Maddox on Peckham. Switches off to Grimaldi. Both got long arms. Tough for Peckham to get that shot off. Peckham pulls up a three. Pulled down by Grimaldi again. We're going to foul by Connor Casey. Grimaldi's done a great job on the glass. Has to be close to 10 rebounds for this game. The floor general Locke taking it up. Set the offense. You have Morningstar on the wing. Grimaldi at the foul line. Brodsky at the corner. And Maddox floating around that baseline. Feeds it down low to Maddox. Maddox has it. Feeds it back out to Locke. Locke with the look-away pass. Going to be a kick ball. Going to be Oliver Ames' ball. We're going to have a substitution. Dylan Pompulus coming in. Looks like Luke Brodsky coming out for Oliver Ames. Gets the ball down low. Maddox goes up strong for 2 points. Great job by Coach McKinnon trying to get that easy layup. They're able to do it, and Oliver Ames extends the lead to 6 with 2:25 left in the fourth quarter. Grimaldi on Casey, swings it back over to Peckham. Pompoulos on Peckham. He's having a hard time getting a shot off with these guys at the top of the key with Peckham, with Grimaldi and Pompoulos up there. Luke Peckham drives to the basket, spin move, great school contact, and he's going to go to the line for 2. That's going to be another foul on Pompoulos. Didn't look like one from where we're standing, but they're going to give it to him. Luke Peckham at the line for 2. First one's good. Peckham lined up the second. He's got it. Sophomore guard hitting some clutch baskets. Oliver Ames with a 4-point lead with 2 minutes left at the Nixon Gymnasium in Oliver Ames. Grimaldi at the foul line. Morningstar tried to swing it back over to Maddox. North Attleboro still in that 1-2-2 zone. If they can get through that first defense, the ball goes after Locke. It's going to be North Attleboro ball. Uncharacteristic turnover for Jacob Locke, and North Attleboro has the ball with a 4-point deficit with 1:35. Maddox on Peckham. Looks like we're going to have a timeout by North Attleboro. Well, it's just one of those games where you just can't shake these guys, which is dangerous. Quick basket here, a 3-point play cut down to 1 with under like a minute left. You don't expect this from Oliver Ames with a 15-2 record going against a 5-11 North Attleboro team, but this is basketball. You get a hot hand like Jake Peckham right now. Parker Perry's playing extremely well. Luke Peckham's playing good for North Attleboro, and it goes back to what we've been saying all game. Without the turnovers, it really evens the playing field. Oliver Ames has been carried this game by Justin Grimaldi and Zaire Maddox. Vinny Morningstar had a couple big baskets, three-pointers, couple twos. He's got 11 points, junior guard. Oliver Ames coming out with the same 5 with Grimaldi, Morningstar, Pompoulos, Locke, and Maddox. Peckham with Maddox with him at the top of the key. Trying to get a switch. Grimaldi picks him back up. Luke Peckham's got Morningstar on him. Peckham's going to the basket. Drives, floater. Pulled down by Morningstar. Good defense by Vinny Morningstar right there. Able to create a turnover. We're at a minute mark. Oliver Ames. Loose pass by Locke. It looks, at the same time Locke was making that pass, Coach McKinnon was trying to kind of call timeout, and I think they might have gave him that timeout before the pass actually went from Locke to Morningstar. Sure, Coach McKinnon is just saying, guys, relax. We got a 4-point lead, minute left. Let's make sure we kind of keep the ball in the right people's hands. You want to have Grimaldi have the ball. Locke, 2 senior captains are used to playing these type of situations. Let's go back and look at some of the scores here. We got Grimaldi has 12, 14, so he has 16 points. Maddox with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17 points. Morningstar with 11. Locke with 3. Marshall with 6. Yell with 1. And Brodsky with 3. And Dylan Pompoulos with 4 points. So you've had a balanced attack, even though it's a little heavily weighted on the Maddox and Grimaldi side. But they played great. They've hit some timely jumpers, particularly Pompoulos and Morningstar. It looks like Peckham's got close to 28 points. almost 30 points. So Locke has it with 1:02 left. Going to have Morningstar on the baseline along with Maddox. Luke Brodsky's in for Oliver Ames. A lot of clutch minutes from Morningstar and Luke Brodsky in this matchup. Good to see. Feeds it to Morningstar. Morningstar pulls the trigger. Got it for three. Rattles inside out. Maddox fights for the rebound. Pulls down. Pulls it back out. Oliver Ames takes their time. They get a 4-point lead. Looks like they're going to try to play some good defense. They need to foul if they're going to do something. They have a timeout right now on Oliver Ames with 23 seconds left. You know, if North Attleboro is going to come out and foul, they just wasted probably around 12 seconds. Or if they're going to try this play it out, there's only going to be a 7-second differential on the clock. So be interested to see how Coach Strange does this for North Attleboro at this point. Big rebound by Zaire Maddox and pulled back down off the Morningstar miss. Just rattled out for the big fella. And Coach McKinnon's letting them know they're going to be aggressive. There's only 3 team fouls for North Attleboro, so they're going to try to go for the steal, be quite aggressive coming out to shoot. Just have to make sure you make the good passes. Don't do anything stupid with the ball. The last thing you want to do is create a turnover and give North Attleboro a ball here. North Attleboro matched up in a man-to-man, keeping an eye on probably Grimaldi and Maddox at this point. Gets it into Locke. Locke has it. Getting chased down. Double team on Brodsky. We got a timeout by Coach McKinnon again. Oliver Ames got themselves in a tough situation. 16 seconds on the shot clock. You know, this is an interesting strategy for North Attleboro. They're going to try to play this out, it looks like at this point, without fouling. If they can get an Oliver Ames miss, they're going to have the ball with potentially 8 to 7 seconds left. Quick basket foul. It's going to be interesting to see what they can do. I'm sure Coach McKinnon is telling the players, let's try to go the other way instead of going back towards the North Attleboro side and giving them a chance to potentially double team some of the players. But this has been a pretty consistent game. Oliver Ames led at the half by 3. And right now they have a 4-point lead with 23 seconds left, 16 on the shot clock. And now it's going to be Oliver Ames ball all the way back at the baseline with on the North Attleboro side. Luke Brodsky taking it in for Oliver Ames. Able to get it in. There's going to be a foul on Parker Perry, and I think that's his 5th foul. Looks like he's going to be out of the game. They're at 4 personal fouls now. Brodsky will be taken in again. We've got a hold on, looks like number 24 on Grimaldi. Grimaldi's going to be aligned for 2. So, this didn't work for North Attleboro the way they wanted. You know, if they were going to foul like this, they probably should have done it back at the 35-second mark. Doing it with 21 seconds, it's fine, but still, you could have saved yourself some additional time. Grimaldi at the line for 2. Comes up short in the first. Populous coming in for Brodsky. And I think what Coach McKinnon is doing, just in case Grimaldi does miss, Populous has done a great job in terms of keeping that ball alive. See if he's able to do that, but hopefully Grimaldi will just put this down and put it to rest, and he misses it. Pulled down by Peckham. Here comes North Attleboro with under 20 seconds left to play in the game. Back over to Luke Peckham. Luke Peckham trying to drive Morningstar's all over him. We get a foul. Good defensive foul by Morningstar before the shot. 10 seconds left. We're going to have a timeout by North Attleboro. I don't know if North Attleboro is trying to complain and say that was on the shot, but it looked like it was way before the shot. And if it was, great defensive play by Morningstar not to give up an easy basket and create that foul on the floor. This is why they play the games. You know, if you looked at these two teams playing each other, you would have said Olive Reams would have blown them out by 15, 20 points, but this is a 4-point game with under 10 seconds left in Nixon Gymnasium. You've had the big guns play well. You've had Maddox and Grimaldi playing well for Oliver Ames, but it's been the Luke Peckham, Parker Perry show for North Attleboro, and they've kept them in the game. Oliver Ames 3 personal fouls. They have a couple to give. Not like saying they're going to do that, but they do have 1 foul to give if they want to be a little aggressive here. Oliver Ames coming out the same team with Locke, Grimaldi, Populous, Morningstar, and Maddox. Rozier looking to put it in, trying to find someone, gets it out, tipped away by Grimaldi, hits the floor, ball's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be North Attleboro ball. We got another timeout from North Attleboro. North Attleboro having a hard time getting it in. I think Coach tried to call up an initial play, Strange, to try to get an easy basket, couldn't do it and had to surrender the long pass. Luckily for them, it got tipped out. It's going to be their ball around half court. It's one of the better officiating games we've had. Not a lot of complaints from the coaches or the players. Like to see that game. Good flow. Not a lot of stoppage, which you like to see. And Oliver Ames boys will be on the road against Stoughton, I believe, on Friday. Oliver Ames girls will be here Friday for senior night. Brozier taking it out for North Attleboro. Lock on him. See if they can free up one of the Peckham brothers. Feeds it off to Jake. Jake has it with Maddox on him. Pulls up from 3, off, pulled down by Morningstar. But that's the end of the game. Oliver Ames with a 64-60 victory over North Attleboro. Great play in a tough game. Leading scorer for Oliver Ames are Justin Grimaldi and Zaire Maddox. And we'll be here Friday for the girls basketball team against Stoughton for senior night. Thank you.
ECAT's production of OA basketball provided by Morris Insurance, Weinstein and Keach, we sell real estate, Michael Associates Ltd, the Easton Lions Club, the Easton Historical Society Museum. ECAT would like to thank all the sponsors for the support producing OA Sports.